Unless you've been absolutely disconnected from the real world, you already know Charli XCX is one of the most dominant, no-nonsense, unfiltered forces in pop music today. And now, she's just added another powerful title to her legacy, wife, as the global pop phenom, born Charlotte Emma Aitchison, officially tied the knot with none other than George Daniel, the highly talented drummer and producer of the chart-shattering rock band The 1975, in what's being described as a surprisingly intimate yet massively symbolic ceremony held on Sunday, July 19, at Hackney Town Hall in London, proving that even megastars like Charli and George can choose subtlety over spectacle while still shaking the entire entertainment world to its core. Because even though the guest list was ultra-tight, limited to Aitchison's parents and the 1975's full lineup, including Matty Healy, Ross McDonald, and Adam Hann, the emotional and cultural impact of this marriage is gigantic, especially when you consider the timeline of this modern-day musical power couple, who've known each other for several years before going public, with photographic evidence dating back to 2019, when Charli was seen alongside the 1975 at the GQ Awards, long before they got engaged in 2023, and years before Charli moved on from her previous relationship with Hot Kwang, marking a major shift both personally and artistically, because George Daniel isn't just a background figure in her life, he's a full-blown collaborator, producer, and literal muse, as proven by the fact that he co-produced bangers like In the City, Club Classics, and the pulsating hit Apple, all from Charli's genre-defying sonic universe, which continues to expand as she reinvents herself with every project, showing that her decision to marry Daniel isn't just romantic, it's strategic, emotional, creative, and absolutely iconic, because George Daniel himself is no lightweight either. Born on March 23, 1990, now 35 years old, this musical maestro joined the 1975 all the way back in 2002, during their formative teenage years at Wilmslow High School, replacing none other than Matty Healy as the original drummer before Healy took over vocals. And since then, Daniel has been the rhythmic heartbeat and sonic architect behind the band's evolving sound, which blends experimental rock, ambient textures, and mainstream flair. A perfect match for Charli's own genre-bending approach to modern pop. And now that these two artists, who've each mastered their own musical empires, have joined forces in marriage, the potential for even more groundbreaking, emotionally charged, and culturally seismic collaborations is basically inevitable, especially since Charli's recent track, Talk Talk, the fifth song on her brutally honest and critically acclaimed album Brat, was directly inspired by her now husband, serving as lyrical evidence that their relationship is feeling not just passion, but pure creative energy. And when you stack up the stats, their combined net worth of approximately $15 million, with Charli XCX valued at around $10 million and George Daniel at $5 million, prove they aren't marrying for clout, money, or media spectacle, but for the deeper fusion of minds, hearts, and melodies that only real artists understand. A far cry from the artificial publicity stunts of other celebrity relationships. Because what Charli and George have is built on years of mutual respect, layered history, artistic evolution, and real-world chemistry that transcends genre, generation, and gossip. And while the wedding was kept under wraps in true anti-industry fashion, fans across the globe have erupted in celebration as social media lights up with reactions, edits, remixes, and raw emotional responses from a fan base that's grown up with Charli's unapologetic honesty and George's mysterious brilliance, proving that this marriage isn't just about two people, it's a moment for the culture, a landmark for music, a fusion of underground credibility and mainstream domination, and an inspiration for creatives everywhere who believe in love without theatrics and art without compromise. Because if Charli XCX, one of the boldest, most authentic voices in pop, can find harmony with George Daniel, a producer who thrives in the shadows but builds soundscapes that change lives, then maybe, just maybe, the future of music is not about viral singles or manufactured drama, but about meaningful partnerships like this one, where love, art, and ambition merge to form something unstoppable. And as fans look ahead, they're already speculating about the next wave of Charli XCX George Daniel collaborations, the possibility of a joint EP, surprise single drops, or even a co-produced album that shakes up every single rule in the book. Because if there's one thing we know about Charli, it's that she never stays in one lane for too long. She builds the lane herself and burns it down when she's done. And with George Daniel by her side as both husband and co-creator, there's no telling how high they'll rise, how loud they'll hit, or how deeply they'll move the culture. So buckle up, because this isn't just a celebrity marriage, it's the start of a musical revolution.